Topic 6.1, the mole. According to Avogadro number, 1 mole of all the elements equals 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23 atoms. Since 1 mole contains 6.02 times 10 to the power of 28 atoms, what about 1 mole of hydrogen, carbon and sodium? So the answer is the same thing. Okay, 6.02 times 10 to the power of 28 atoms of hydrogen, carbon and sodium, same. What about 1 mole of iodine atom and 1 mole of iodine molecule, I2? The answer is there are 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23 atoms, so as the iodine molecule, I2. Water molecule, H2O. So H2O, there are 3 atoms here. Okay, so the answer will still be the same, 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23 water molecule. So H2O, they will have 6 times 10 to the power of 23 H2O molecule. That they have the same number of atoms of molecule, but 1 mole of hydrogen, how many grams? So as carbon, sodium, magnesium, as we know, the mass of the atom are different. So we have to refer to periodic table. To periodic table, okay, the atomic mass for hydrogen is 1, carbon 12, sodium 23, magnesium will be 24. 1 mole of hydrogen has 1 gram, 1 mole of carbon has 12 gram, 1 mole of sodium has 23 gram, magnesium has 24 gram. Even though they have different mass, but the number of atoms are the same because they are 1 mole. We know the atomic mass for carbon is 12, atomic mass for magnesium is 24. Okay, so this one, 1 mole of carbon has 12 gram, 1 mole of magnesium has 24 gram. So 24 gram has the same number of atoms as 12 gram of carbon. You please spend a little bit of your time to fill in the answer here. So you see 12 gram of carbon contain this number of atoms. So 1 mole of carbon has how many atoms? The answer is there are 6.02 times 10 to the power of 28 atoms. How many gram? So refer to this one, 12 gram. What about 1 mole of magnesium? Same amount of number of atoms, but different mass. So 24 gram. So number 4, the molecular mass for iodine is 254. So how many gram of iodine molecule? So the answer is still the same. So 254 gram of iodine has 1 mole or 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23 iodine molecule. So what about water molecule? The molecular mass for water molecule is 18. So in 1 mole of water molecule there will be 18 gram. So 18 gram of water has this number of water molecule, 1 mole, 6.02 times 10 to the power of 28. Next question is about the mass of a mole. So helium, what is the molecular mass? Oxygen molecule and ethanol molecule. So we have to find out the molecular mass and find out the mass of the mole. Okay, the molecular mass is 4. Oxygen atom is 16, but because here is O2, So times 2, okay, equals 32. Ethanol is C12H5OH. So C, the molecular mass, the atomic mass for carbon is 12. So times 2. H is 1 times 5. O is 16. H is 1. So 24 plus 5 plus 16 plus 1. So equals 46. So since the molecular mass is found, helium-4, so the mass is following this. Okay, so oxygen is 32. So the mass of 1 mole of oxygen molecule is 32 as well, so as this one, ethanol. So then we need to learn one equation. Mass equals mass of 1 mole times number of moles. So remember this triangle. Mass of 1 mole, number of mole. Okay, question number 1. Calculate the mass of 0.5 moles of bromine atoms. So we have to refer back to the periodic table. Can you see bromine here? Bromine, the atomic mass is 80. Bromine is 80. So find out the mass. So mass of 1 mole is 80 times number of mole. The question given how many moles? 0.5. So the mass is 40 grams. Number 2, calculate the mass of 0.5 moles of bromine molecule. Bromine molecule. Atomic mass for bromine atom is 80. So bromine molecule will be Br2. So it's 80 times 2 is 160. Same thing, to find out the mass. So the mass of one mole, here is 160. How many number of mole? Question given 0.5. So the answer is 80 grams. Question 3. How many moles of oxygen molecule are in 64 grams of oxygen? Ask us to find out how many number of mole. How many numbers of mole? So number of mole equals mass divided by mass in 1 mole. Molecular mass for oxygen is 16 times 2 molecule. So the answer is 32. So question, find out how many moles of oxygen in 64 grams of oxygen. And the formula will be mass divided by mass of 1 molecule. So mass is 64 grams, mass of 1 mole. So 1 mole is 32. So mole of oxygen will be 64 divided by 32 equals 2 mole. Go to the next question. Find out the mass of 2 moles of oxygen atom. You must always remember this formula. Mass on top, mass in 1 mole, and number of mole. So find out the mass in 2 moles of oxygen atoms. Find out the mass. So we have to use this formula, mass. So mass equals mass in 1 mole times number of mole. Mass in 1 mole, for information, oxygen, the atomic mass is 16. So 16, okay, times number of mole. So number of mole, 2 mole. So the answer, 32 grams. Okay, second one. Find out the mass of 2 moles of oxygen molecule. Okay, find the mass, 2 mole oxygen molecule. So oxygen molecule, the molecular mass is 16 times 2, oxygen molecule O2. So 16 times 2 equals 32. So what we need to find is the mass. So the formula is mass in 1 mole and the number of mole. Mass in 1 mole is 32, same as the molecular mass, times number of mole. Number of mole is 2. So the answer is 64 grams. Question number 2, find the mass of 3 moles of ethanol. In 3 moles of ethanol. So we have to find out the molecular mass of ethanol. So carbon is 12 times 2 plus hydrogen is 1 times 5. Plus oxygen is 16 plus hydrogen 1. So total out will be what? Relation is 46. Molecular mass. So the mass for the ethanol in 3 mole. Formula again, mass in 1 mole. Mass in 1 mole is 46 in 1 mole times the number of mole, 3. So you will get the answer. The answer is 138 grams. Next question, sodium chloride. Sodium chloride. How many sodium ions are there in 58.5 of sodium chloride? Find out how many sodium ions. Sodium, atomic mass 23. Chloride 35.5. The total will be 58.5. The question is asking sodium ions are there in 58.5 of sodium chloride. So same as this 58.5. So this one is actually 1 mole. Am I right? So as we know, 1 mole of everything is 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23 atoms. So since it is 1 mole, so sodium, asking about sodium ion, right? How many sodium ion? So the answer is there are 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23 sodium ion. Regardless, sodium atom and sodium ion, what is the difference? Actually, the atomic mass is the same. This one is 23 and this one also is 23. Ion means what? Ion means it lost 1 electron. Okay, sodium lost 1 electron, becomes sodium ion. But because electron is almost 0 weight, so we don't take this into account. Either is positive charge, lost electron, or chloride atom and also chloride ion also same weight, because we don't take the weight of the electron into account. The next question is asking about what is the mass of 1 mole of chloride ion. So it's very direct. Chlorine 35.5. Okay, so since the weight of this sodium chloride is 58.5 sodium chloride, so it is 1 mole. So in 1 mole of chloride ion, the mass is 35.5, is the same.